In a thriving Zulu village nestled between lush mountains and vibrant green plains, there lived a young, fearless girl named Sibuzisiwe. Her strength, wisdom, and courage were unmatched, even though her people traditionally believed that men were the warriors of the tribe. But Sibuzisiwe, known for her deep sense of justice, was not one to follow the norms if it meant her people would suffer. The village had long been at war with a rival tribe, the Ndwandwe, who had constantly raided their lands, taking livestock and causing harm. Despite the Zulu warriors' bravery, the Ndwandwe were cunning and relentless. Over time, their raids grew bolder, and the villagers began to fear the approaching conflict. Sibuzisiwe's father, the chief of the village, had always been a respected leader, but as he aged, his strength waned. One fateful day, a messenger arrived with news that the Ndwandwe were marching toward their village in the dead of night, planning to strike before dawn. In the council meeting, the men discussed their strategy, but there was a palpable unease. Sibuzisiwe stood up and, with a voice that commanded attention, she boldly said, "We cannot wait for the enemy to come to us. We will meet them on our terms, and we will strike first." Her words were met with disbelief. How could a young girl challenge the wisdom of the elders and the courage of seasoned warriors? But Sibuzisiwe's eyes were filled with fire, and her spirit was unyielding. The chief, her father, despite his concern, saw the strength in her resolve and knew that her heart burned with the desire to protect their people. The next morning, with the dawn still shrouded in mist, Sibuzisiwe led the village's army. The warriors, both men and women, rallied behind her, their faces painted with the bright colors of their ancestors. She had already trained them in tactics and leadership, teaching them to strike with precision and to fight with purpose. With swift and silent steps, they advanced toward the enemy camp. Sibuzisiwe's plan was simple but brilliant: divide the enemy's forces with surprise attacks from the hills on both sides. Using the land to their advantage, they positioned themselves with strategic precision, leaving the Ndwandwe no time to react. As the rival tribe began to assemble, they were met with an unexpected attack. Sibuzisiwe, at the helm, led the charge. Her spear in hand, her shield raised high, she fought with the ferocity of a lioness protecting her cubs. Her warriors followed her, inspired by her bravery and unshakable resolve. The battle raged on, but the Ndwandwe, caught off guard, faltered. Sibuzisiwe's strength and leadership turned the tide of the fight. Her warriors, emboldened by her courage, pressed forward, pushing the enemy back. By the time the sun had set, the Ndwandwe were in full retreat, their forces broken and scattered. The village erupted in celebration, not just because they had won, but because they had been led to victory by a young woman who had defied all expectations. The elders, once skeptical, now hailed Sibuzisiwe as a true leader, one who had saved her people through her wisdom and courage. Her name, Sibuzisiwe, meaning God's gift, became a symbol of hope, strength, and the unbreakable spirit of the Zulu people. She would go on to lead many more successful campaigns, but it was that first battle that marked her as one of the greatest leaders in Zulu history, forever remembered in songs and stories told by generations to come. Answer: the village thrived, not just because of the strength of its warriors, but because of the indomitable heart of a young girl who dared to lead them to victory.